I think I'm live, guys. Hey, this is Mike with Mr. No Fluff, and today I'm going to be talking about the upcoming crash and how it's going to make your mama cry. So today's lesson is about the upcoming crash and how it's going to make your mama cry and how to prepare for it, because it's not all doom and gloom. The real key is when there's blood on the streets, how do you monetize on it? How do you float? How do you make money for your family? So that's the key at Mr. No Fluff. When everyone's going left, we're going right. When everyone's going in, out of the building that's on fire, everyone's running out, I always go inside, just like 2006, fourth quarter, 2007, when real estate has crashed. Now, this upcoming stock crash that's happening now and will happen very, very soon. I don't have a crystal ball, so I can't tell you what exactly it is, but I can see the symptoms everywhere. Okay, it's kind of like asking a doctor, one, am I going to have heart attack because I'm sedentary and I'm obese and I eat a lot of fast food? He's not going to be able to tell you, but he's going to say, hey, man, you're basically ballooned up, and you're going to have a stroke or you're going to have a heart attack coming up. And many of us understand there's booms and busts, okay? But we don't understand that there's two types of side effects. When we start eating bad food, instantly, we're not going to see any results, right? We're not going to have put on 50 pounds or 100 pounds. It's going to be a slow process. So first, what's going to happen is that, we'll have less energy, our moods will change. Then eventually our weight will go up. Okay, then down the line, after we start becoming more obese, then we'll have a heart attack. So there's two types of side effects. One is a short-term side effect and one is a long-term side effect. And now this upcoming crash is going to be the long-term side effect of our fractional reserve, EQ, Federal Reserve, which is basically printing money. Now, talking about printing money is really not fair that the U.S. is the world reserve currency because of the petrodollar situation, which many people don't know because they don't teach it in high schools or colleges, etc. Okay, and what that means is that we in America, we don't produce cars, we don't produce shirts, we don't produce stuff anymore. Okay, what we're really good at is producing debt, printing money, and creating a system called Wall Street to come up with all these creative ways to package debt and sell it overseas to other people, okay? And we're here creating debt instruments and credit instruments, okay? Fake stuff like stocks, okay? The days that we went and worked for a living, worked for creativity, where we actually produce something, are gone and over with. Now, if you don't believe me, just open your refrigerator. Every food that you eat, majority of it comes from a different country, okay? All the clothes that you wear, the car you drive, everything that you own. Like if you just look at my bracelet, this is made in Italy, this is made somewhere else, my shirt is made somewhere else, my shoes, my sandals are made from somewhere else, guys. And I can just go over it. My bag is made from somewhere else. My iPods are made from somewhere else. My everything. And just go through your own closet and look at where things are being produced. So the production is being made all over the world. In America, we hardly produce anymore. We hardly have any more factories. We're not producing iron. We're not producing bicycles. We're not producing, etc. Everything's done remotely. And the reason is because we're the world currency. We're able to print money or create credit and get everyone else in debt, not only in America, but all over the world. And people in all over the world are actually producing stuff. They're producing rice, they're producing bicycles, they're producing cars, they're producing clothes, and they're the one that's producing. And we're able to just give them some fake dollars, right? That's printed just through a machine, and they're giving us their goods and services. So that's pretty wrong, because we're enslaving everyone else, and then we're also enslaving the average people in America, because we're thinking that we can just get into debt to become wealthy. So many investors that I know, they're investing right now with home equity loans, with line of credits, Halo, credit cards. None of them have their own money, dude. So many businesses, the same exact thing is happening. Like, for example, if you look at Sears right now, they're in trouble, right? They didn't make their very first payment to their vendors. They're going to file bankruptcy. All these big companies that have been around since such a long time, like Ford, like GNC, okay, they don't their money is just debt. Like someone, they don't, the truth of it is that you have to be able to build the business on solid foundation and grow debt free, right? Now, if you want to use a little debt to, to get ahead, but, your gross is 100 and you're in debt 30%, okay. But in a situation where you're in debt 100% of whatever your company is, or your company is only grown because of debt, okay, or you have wealth because of debt, or you have a bunch of rental properties and they're all because you got home equity loans to buy them, okay, you can see where I'm going, guys. So we in America are living in a great abundance because we're printing our own money. But that party, that gravy train is going to stop very, very soon because all these other countries are tired of us living so good because we print our money because of the world currency through petrodollars, okay? If you don't know what that is back in the days, the U.S. government went to the OPEC and they did a deal that every part of the world, if you want to buy oil or gas, you have to use the U.S. dollars to buy from the OPECs, every part of the world. So if any country wants to buy oil from the OPEC, okay, then they have to use the U.S. dollars. Why do you think Saudi Arabia just got all these great weapons and all this? What do you think? And I'm not disrespecting any country, but just think about it, okay? Now, if that relationship is gone, then if we're not the world currency, then we're going to be in trouble because we have no production capacities. We have very little. Like we'll produce weapons of mass destructions and things of that nature, but we're not producing, cars. We're not producing T-shirts. Now, there's little sectors of very small companies that are U.S. based, but they're not like what it used to be back in the days, guys. So we're in an era of not producing shit. We're in an era of creating credit and debt, packaging it up and selling it to the whole world. If it's through stocks, if it's through real estate, mortgage-backed securities like the last clash, the futures, just all this stuff that they just made up. But it's none of it through your muscles, none of it through your sweat, it's none of it through your imagination, none of it through you taking risks, okay? So this new crash is gonna make your mama cry and everyone else's mama in other countries, from Great Britain to Germany to everyone that's subscribing to this fiat, central banking, fractional reserve, EQ systems, okay? Now, you just recently saw that stocks just has crashed, when I was doing this video, about 800 points, okay? And I'm not saying it's gonna go right now. I don't have a crystal ball, but again, I could see a person and see that they're obese, their eyes are brown, they're having a hard time breathing, they can't go up and say, look, you're about to have a heart attack soon. I cannot tell you exactly when it is, okay? But it's going to be happening, okay? Because, hey, I got a degree in kinesiology, health and fitness, I was going to become a doctor, but I didn't want to be enslaved to the school institutions anymore, guys. So that's a different story. So the economy is going to crash. And then when it crashes, not only is it going to be a world crash, it's going to be multiple sectors crash. What I mean is the stocks will crash. What I mean is the real estate will crash. What I mean is all these artificially, okay, things will crash. And what's going to eventually be is production. So I have a video. I've actually done multiple videos since 2006, 2016, 2015, to warn you guys that, hey, the crash is coming. Now, people are going to say, hey, I'm crazy, but it's going to crash. And this time it's not going to be one of these smaller crashes because it's going to be a long symptom, okay? And it's going to be a world crash. So it's like you have a heart attack and your mama has a heart attack and your daddy has a heart attack and everyone you may know will have a heart attack that's been subscribing to this debt-based ideology of like, hey, dude, I could buy a house with no money. Or, hey, dude, I could own multiple cars and have all this stuff and I'll just make the monthly payments, dude. Don't worry about it. I'll just make the minimum payment. Or, hey, man, I have a business like GNC or Sears and I'll grow my office location. I keep growing and I keep growing. And I won't worry about creativity and staying in competition and using technology. I just keep growing because it's easy, funny money, okay? So when this thing happens, it's going to hurt a lot of people, okay? Who are these people? Pensions, okay? Anyone that's like government workers, like fire, teachers, police officers, anyone that's government based, their pension is going to be pretty shrunk. Anyone that has like these savings accounts and 401s, retirements, they're allowing other people to make decisions for them, like big companies. Okay, dude, you have to grow up, man. That's why I like Bitcoin, because you have to be a grown-up person. You can't just defer your responsibility to other people and like investors, like financial advisors, things like that, and hope they're going to make the right decision for you, dude. No, they're just going to line up their pockets to be as much as possible. You know, I never believe in real estate agent. I never believe the stock guy. I never even believe the doctor, because I know that they're all in it to make money, dude. Now I have to be a smart consumer to weigh their opinion and make my own decision. I'm just not going to believe the insurance guy says, oh man, you need all this insurance for your rental property. Hey, well, I'm not going to believe that guy from Fidelity that calls me all the time. Hey man, you gotta buy this stocks, or you gotta buy paper gold. No, dude, I'm not gonna listen to these guys. These guys are just like college kids, just broke, making 50 grand, 60 grand, and they're just making cold calls, right? You know what I mean? Like, why would I take my advice from a guy like that? Why wouldn't I just put the advice in my own and make the mistakes and learn from my own mistakes? And sure, sometimes I'll lose money, but sometimes I make money. But end of the day, I'm the one that improved versus, you know, some guy. So when this crash comes, it's going to be a great party for people that are willing to risk it to get the biscuit. Again, they're going to willing to run into the fire buildings versus everyone's running out. Okay. For me, what I have been doing before the crash has started is two things. Okay. Well, three. I sold some of my properties at the top of the market. Okay. But the other two things that I've done is I've invested into gold and silver. And this is, I told you guys, you know, when I was doing, I think it was like 2005 or 2006, I did videos about it. I said, hey, I got into gold and silver. Now, this is not a financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Okay. The other thing that I did is that when the Bitcoin cryptocurrencies crashed from 19, I invested, you know, all the way from, I bought from when it was 11,000. I bought from all the way when it was 5,700. Okay, I bought everything between that. Okay, and I invested in these two things, and I'm just waiting around, right, and working on this, because once the crash happens, it's going to create a great opportunity, because wealth is going to change, dude. You know, all these people that have the 401s, all the money in the banking savings, that bought all this property, and they're going to be all upside down. If it's investors or if it's just regular old people that work really hard to put the 10% down or 5% down to get a loan, just in the last 5-10 years, last 3 to 5 years, they're going to be upside down tremendously, and it's going to create an opportunity for me. And there's going to be two ways that I'm going to buy real estate in this upcoming crash, guys. Two ways. Now, before I explain the two ways, I want to take a minute and let you guys know that, hey, if you want to learn strategies like this, how to make money without getting into debt, without asking the banker, please, can I get some more money? Because when the crash comes, they're going to take your credit, what you think right now is your money, but it's not your money. They're going to take your line of credit. They're going to take your credit card limits. And a lot of people are going to be broke, dude, just like the last crash. Now, if you want to learn how to produce, be a producer, use your imagination, not do what, you know, Sears does and all these other big companies that are going belly up. Okay, produce, have a solid foundation. So it doesn't matter if the economy's up, the economy's down. You learn how to make money, because the most important thing is here, not your iPhone or your iPad, is this, dude. Okay, you might want to join my mastermind group that we meet every Saturday at 10 o'clock Central Time. Okay, and I talk about different strategies, and I also answer your questions regarding your business that you're in, whatever you're doing, because in this club, my only mission is to help you take you to the next level. If you don't win, I don't win. Again, if I can't help you win, I don't win, dude. And that's my only mission, guys. Okay, I'm going to show you different strategies from buying real estate, how to start a business, how to take your business to the next level, how to produce leads. And again, it's called the Abundance Club. So again, theabundanceclub.mrnofluff.com, and you can take a look at it. It's less than a cup of coffee a day, guys. All right. So for less than a cup of coffee, you could join the club, meet other like-minded people. I will specifically help your business, whatever it is. If you're in construction, you're in personal training, you have a moving company, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're a real estate investor, you're an agent, it doesn't matter, okay? I will help you take your business to the next level through imagination, creativity, and devotion versus credit, debt, income to debt ratio, BS like that, okay? All right. Now, the other thing I want to let you guys know is that when the market crashes, there's going to create two types of opportunities for me as a real estate investor, and some of these people that I'm going to share in my classes. One is going to be what I call a seller financing heaven, okay? Owner financing heaven, a subject to heaven, a wrap heaven, okay? All these people that bought these properties, they didn't have any money, and they have car payments, and they have furniture payments, and they have all these debts, student loans. Okay, when the market crashes, their home's going to have significant negative equity. They may lose their jobs. They're going to lose their pensions. They're going to lose their savings because the banks were going to go belly up, and they're probably going to bail in just like they did in Greece. Go check it out on YouTube. Okay, and so they're going to have a lot of stress on them, and they're going to just basically give away property, dude. Okay, and all you got to do is learn some of the strategies that I teach you at the abundanceclub.mrnofluff.com, guys. Okay. Or any of my courses at Mr. No Fluff. But in the Abundance Club, we're going to talk about specifically when the crash comes, the two things that I'm going to do that I think are pretty wise. Okay. The very first thing is I'm going to work on getting seller financing left and right. People may have negative equity. People may have equity, but they lost a lot of money, right? Because of their savings or of their retirements, and they're just panicking. People may see foreclosures left down the left. Okay, and they're going to do stuff that they normally wouldn't do because there's blood in the streets, guys. And the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy as much property as I can with no money down. I'm just taking over people's mortgages. Okay, sounds pretty crazy, but that's exactly what I did in the last crash. You know, now I love to buy houses for cash, but I don't think in the next crash there's going to be a lot of deals you can buy for cash because many people are going to be just upside down. Okay. And the second thing I'm going to do is do a lot of short sales. Now, if you guys don't know what a short sell is, that when there's a flood of, blanket of foreclosures everywhere, now the banks are stuck with these non-producing assets. And now they're bleeding. Now they have to pay. They have to pay for the insurance. They have to pay for the lawn services. They have to pay for the vandalism that happens. They have to pay an agent to sell it, etc. Okay, pay the taxes. It creates a great opportunity to go to the bank and the homeowner and work a situation where it's called a short sell, where you go short the bank. So let's say if the homeowner owes 100, right? And the market is upside down, then now the house is worth 80. You could go to the homeowner and even short it for less than 80. Okay, depends on your negotiations. It depends on many different stuff. Okay, I'm not going to be able to get into all of it here, but the two strategies that I'm personally going to be using. I mean, I'm always going to use cash. Everyone wants to buy homes cash, but there's just not going to be that many deals that are going to be cash. Where I'm talking about deep discount, there will be some. Okay, don't get me wrong. There'll be people that own their houses free and clear, and they just lost everything in the what I call the fake paper, stocks, savings, all this stuff. And the only thing that they have is what's called hard assets, like they own their home or they may own two, and they'll sell those, as fast as they can because they need something to survive. Okay, so there'll be cash deals, but majority of my deals, I will say the cash deals will probably be like 10 to 15%, and the remaining two will be for me seller financing and short sales. Okay, and maybe like 2 or 3% of where I wholesale, because some of my students bring me deals and they don't know what to do with it, and I'll try to help them out. Okay, or unless it just comes to my lap. I don't like to wholesale. I like to be a buy and hold guy. But if a deal comes into my lap and they're just knocking, I usually don't answer the door. But if they're knocking, I will eventually open up, dude, because persistence makes things happen. So, anyways, guys. The next upcoming crash is going to make your mama cry. It's going to make many people's mamas cry. But for me, it's going to be a blessing for me and my family, because when there's fire, I'm going to run into it. And it's going to be really risky. I'm not saying it's not going to be risky, but the odds of hitting those home runs are magnified exponentially. Where to do a home run today is very hard to do, because everyone and their mama is a real estate investor. Everyone and their mama is flipping properties. Everyone and their mama can go get into debt. Everyone and their mama can borrow money to start a business. Everyone and their mama can take their one location to two locations. Even franchises are taking it and exploding. So it's not too hard right now, okay? I'm not disrespecting the hard work, the grind, but when the masters let go of the, what I call funny money, fake money, the monopoly money, then everybody thinks their shit smells good, okay? Because they don't have no calluses on their hands, dude. They haven't done the pull-ups, they haven't worked out, dude. Someone give them some stuff, and then they bought stuff that it went up by itself, dude. It just, you know, anybody can buy something and go up, dude. When my mama comes tells me, guys, my mom is illiterate, right? She doesn't read or speak, and she speaks a little English, but doesn't read or any of that. She has never went to school. When my mama comes tells me like, hey, Mike, you better buy some real estate. It's going up, man. It's going up. You know what? I know the bubble's about to burst, guys. Hustle and bustle, man. If you like this, check out the club. Join me Saturday at 10 o'clock. Every Saturday at 10 o'clock, we'll meet for an hour. I will talk about your specific business. I will bring you information. This is not the REI clubs where you go pay 20 bucks or 30 bucks or 40 bucks and they try to sell you something, okay? This is where if I don't help you, I can't be my dreams, man. My only mission is to help you. That's why I let go of all my businesses and I went homeless, because I realized that material things have no value. My only mission in life is to, peace, man.